You look very serious this morning. Ramey's hanging us out to dry. John Quick and John Carlson. It sure is nice out today.
Ano ka to? Oh, banner.
There you go. Good. What is that last word? Country?
What is ancient country?
Is the mic on?
Yeah, it's on. That's live.
Look at this. Missing in action. I'm just watching the planes take off. Where is she? Red and white. My sister stood us up. The roof is on fire. We don't give a mother boop, let the mother boop burn. When I heard that song, I felt good. I thought about the 1980s and shorebirds, Waikiki, right on the beach. What's up, Melvin? Big Dave in the house. What's up, man? Thank you. The sound in the video is primo. It's working. I swear, if I ever get old, I'm going to get a chin tuck. That's what happens when you marry a young woman. Start getting, here we go. Mel, you see that, right? Melvin? So how's everybody doing out there? Dane, how you doing? Say hello, Boo Boo Gabs.
What's up, everyone?
I'm glad to be here. Glad I woke up this morning. A little bit tired, but I'll be all right.
Then I see, I told you I will be here.
Excellent, bro. I'm glad you're here. We missed you. I know why you weren't here. I was thinking about that for the last couple of weeks. Hang in there, bro. Well, we got an MIA. It's ringing. Why is it so soft, the volume on this phone? Now it's loud. I can't wait to hear the excuse. Read the comment.
Good morning, Bobby D and Alan. Good morning, Gary.
What's up, Gar? Just got to hang loose, I guess. The sound is good, Mel?
Yes, I see, Bobby. I'm alive, alert, awake, and to see us.
That's good to hear, bro. That's good to hear. I thank God when I woke up this morning. I got a crucifix hanging on the up by the ceiling over there. It was my grandmother's, and when my grandmother passed away, I
You
used to.
wake up this morning and then you told me you did not sleep.
Well, I slept for about an hour. I had a weird dream. I don't know. It was weird. I was having weird dreams this morning. You ever have a dream and you wake up and you're like confused and you're going over the dream step by step because you just can't make sense of it? That's the type of dream I was having this morning. John Carlson, if you're out there, what you did for us last live stream was incredible. So I got a plan. If you show up today on the live stream, I'll tell you what the plan is. Big Dave, remember the 80s. Hope you all doing well. Yeah, Melvin went on a cruise for his birthday and that song came on, The Roof is on Fire. That's an old school song. He was out there dancing. He's out there dancing with that one girl, Mel. My goodness. And then at the last minute, that bozo showed up. He started talking to her when the music went down or the song ended, and that guy walked right in front of the camera. I said, "Oh, here we go." He was jealous because Mel was out there busting a move. That guy didn't have dance moves like you, Mel. That's why he had to immediately go over there and talk to that girl. Thank you, Big Dave. Big Dave said the sound is good. It's super nice out today. I'm just watching the planes from the bedroom window taking off from the airport over there. It looked like Cebu Pacific. It's got the big yellow banner down the side of the plane. I guess them banners, or what do they call that? Like a wrap, when you wrap cars with that. I guess it's some type of plastic. Dane back to his usual self. Dane said, "Sounds good, but I think Bobby needs to wear his wife's earrings." All right, bro. What was the movie Patrick Swayze? Bird on a Wire? Is that where Patrick Swayze was dressing up? They were dressing up like women. I wanted to do that for Halloween. Joseph Nitti did it. He was one of the biggest kids on a football and wrestling team. And he had like size, I don't know, some crazy shoe size. Everybody's like, "Where did you get those high heels? Size 14." He said it wasn't easy. Nitti. Nitti had calves the size of your head. Joseph Nitti. Great guy.
Sounds great.
Thank you, Melvin. Melvin said the sound is great. So, what's new with everybody? Wow, we got 9 people in the chat. Thank you for being here. What's new with everybody out there? How's it going? What happened from last week up until now? What's the latest? I heard something about. I knew this was coming. Now it's copycats. Now there's balloons flying all over the place. They got one in Alaska. They got one over here. They got. I just said, here we go. The world's gone crazy. How many people are going to be launching balloons like it's going out of stuff?
From land far away. Good morning, guys. Good
Morning.
morning.
How's it going? Always, Mel. Thank you.
Good morning again, D. Donnie.
What's up, old Danny boy? That song. That's what I was thinking about you this morning, and that song popped into my head. I remember sitting in an Irish bar in Woodbridge, New Jersey. They used to play that song a lot. Old Danny boy. It's a cool song. Danny, you wouldn't happen to be Irish, would you? A little bit?
Look at that plane. It's fast.
Wow, that looked like a military plane. They just signed a deal. I think it's 7 or 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. Military installations are going to reopen for United States military to move back into the Philippines, which is pretty cool. That's bring a lot of money into the Philippines. Since Subic closed down and all that. Go ahead and read the comment.
Dang, Bobby, try listening to a group called Act Rock and roll party in the streets. It was way before their time, but it was song played every time we had a college dance on a Friday night.
I've heard of that group, Dane. I've heard of that group, and on YouTube Music, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you for the 9 people that are in the chat. Pull the screen down a little bit. There you go. Axe.
Big
Remember that.
Dave. If I dress, I'd be the ugliest woman ever.
Hey, you got to give yourself credit, bro. You got to give yourself credit. It's all Dane's fault. Well, I just looked out the window and I don't really remember in New York City, there was always a lot of pigeons. And I just saw 2 regular colored pigeons, like the gray and that bluish gray color, flew by the window. They might be homing pigeons because they're flying around in circles. And that sounded kind of stupid what I just said. All pigeons are capable of homing in on stuff. How about the people, Melvin, you know about that living in Brooklyn? The people that Mike Tyson had that TV show. What was the name of the TV show that Mike Tyson had where he was showing everybody his pigeons on a rooftop? That's pretty cool. Back in the olden days, they had like you would, wow, they're flying around the window, these pigeons. They would have like a leg band on the, watch that hair. They would have a leg band. They would have a leg band on the pigeon, and they would take a note. You had to read it with a magnifying glass, but they would send a message. This is kind of like organized crime stuff. They would send a message. Some old timer was telling me he passed away about 20 years ago, so that tells you how long ago this was. He was talking about how they would conduct business, and I said, "What happens if the pigeon like landed somewhere else and they intercepted the message?" I said, "You're done." He said, "No, these pigeons were good, but they would fly, I don't know, like 60, 70 miles and land at the other site, and then the guy would reply to the message and send it back." Home pigeons are amazing. They still can't figure out how they it's not what do you call it? What's that called? I can't even think. Garmin. They don't have a Garmin built into their head. It's the magnetic poles of the earth. They just know where they're at. Guys, don't forget to like. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate it. Nobody's told me the latest. What's going on out there? Somebody told me something exciting.
The Johnny Walker.
Oh, quarter Irish. Cool. Matter of fact, old Bobby D's a quarter Irish on my dad's side. What's up, Dad? Teresa, how's it going? Well, Pops is out there watching. Glad you're doing all right, Dad.
Big Dave.
Made my day the other day when I talked to you. Go ahead.
Even ugly women need love. Love me.
Absolutely. I said absolutely. I'm thinking of axe.
I heard about the military moving back in. Why I wondered, Johnny.
China.
Big Dave, Dane Lol. Hello. They need the thumbs up, people. It helps.
Thank you, Dane.
Big Dave, I am innocent, honest.
Famous last words. Loose lips sink ships. Go ahead.
Big Dave, if we went camping and only had one tent, one sleeping bag, and you woke up with your butt all sticky, would you tell anyone?
If your ass hurts, he said sticky. Brokeback Mountain style.
Want to go camping, Big Dave.
You get the joke?
Want to go camping, Big Dave.
You get the
This
joke.
one.
Wow, Peter T's in here.
Good day from Australia.
Good day, mate. Thank you for being here, Peter T. What's new? What's new in Australia over there in the outback?
I remember watching Tyson first and fight all knockouts.
Oh yeah, I remember
Tyson.
Tyson used to hit a couple of his fights where people would just land in the second or third row, right outside the, go right through the center rope with that vicious overhand right where he would crank his hips and his put his shoulder. Tyson had giant shoulders. People get launched right through the. It was like something out of professional wrestling, right through the center rope and landed people's laps.
Elvis smashing the like button.
Thank you, Elvis. Elvis the pelvis.
Day in latest news, just in Dane is damn good looking, and as time goes on, he gets better looking. Honest, it's in the news as soon as I print it out.
There you go. That's the latest.
It's a good news, Dane. Gary, Money Money Billy Idol. They would play it at closing time at a club in Sparta, Wisconsin, called the Theater. A real meat market meant it was time to hook up.
Huh. Billy Idol. I remember when he had the motorcycle accident.
But
Billy Idol was one of my favorite rockers back in the day. And that thing he used to do with his
Billy,
lip,
is that
I try to imitate that.
Billy? Is
Be
that
doing
Billy?
that in the mirror before we'd go out. And
This is my life. Like that? Is that a singer?
this is my life.
Yeah, my life.
Bon Jovi.
Bon
I think it's
Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
How's it going, Gary Johnson? What's new, bro? I started thinking about there goes a white pigeon. I started thinking about that get together they're having at Ground Zero. I was like, man, if I didn't have this bed sore, I definitely would hook up with you, Gary, and we just show up together and steal the show. But since I gotta let this bed sore heal up, it's gonna be a mess. Even sitting on the angle I'm at right now in the bed, we gotta give my sister-in-law Ray Ray a hard time. She was supposed to be here today, and maybe she'll show up. I don't want to say anything
Late.
crazy. Late, yeah, Filipino time, right? Let me call her again.
Big Dave Dane. I've heard that joke many times. No camping.
No doubt.
Thanks. D Johnny. Oh Lord, no broke back.
I remember watching that movie with some. It was like a 17-year-old, two brothers, a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, and when it got to that part, they were like they couldn't look at the screen.
D Johnny, where is the other angels?
She's missing in action. I'm calling her right now. Here we go.
Gem, Disneyland, California, checking in here at 5:13 California time.
What's up, JR? Jim Richards. What's
What's up,
happening?
Gem Richard?
5:13 Cali time.
5:13. Oh, Dane, Big Dave. I love camping, but to be honest and fair, I only go with females.
I love going out in the woods with females at night. They get scared. A couple times I got scared when there was a big animal right by the tent and my pit bull started growling. I said, "Oh man, it was big. It was stepping on big sticks and you could just hear the sticks popping and snapping." And I was looked over at the girl and I said, "Whatever that is weighs over 400 pounds." And the pit bulls were growling because they were trained not to bark and the fur was standing up on it. And Kalena said, "Let the dogs out." I said, "Nah." I said, "It's better if they're in the tent than out of the tent." But imagine getting attacked by a bear. You guys ever see there's a guy in a tent like in Africa and these huge ass lions show up and they're going around the tent and I'm just like, man, you got a couple mils of nylon between you and like a 800-900 pound lion or a tiger. That's got to be a sinking feeling, the shit your pants type feeling.
Good to know. LOL. Big Dave. Dane, Bobby, I have not made Bobby, I have not made shake and bake chicken in a long time, and I made it the other day for my friend and I. I made shake and bake chicken, chicken drumstick, and oh my god, I miss that flavor.
Did you ever see that in the store?
The shaken,
Shake and bake. Have you ever seen that?
what is that? Oh, like the breadcrumbs, like that?
Yeah, and it comes with a bag. You put the drumsticks in there or
Yeah,
whatever you're gonna cook, and you shake it up, and then
yes.
you just shake it and then bake
Shake
it.
it,
That's
bake it.
somebody cut out the logo. It said shake and bake. And when I was in the shanty,
Shake and bake.
I went to the bathroom. When I came back, they had clear tape, and on my hard hat, it had the shake and bake box with that clear packing tape. They were calling me shake and bake on a job. That was one of my nicknames for about 6 months. On the Goethals Bridge in New Jersey, they were calling me shake and bake.
Bobby, Dane, Bobby, I used to tell stories while camping and no one would sleep but me. Love my ass off. Waking up the next morning and the rest look like they have no sleep.
Yeah, they got bags under their eyes like they ain't slept in a month. You're out
I
there
love it.
fishing, chopping wood, and they look like they're tired out of their minds.
Gary, don't let the dogs out. Woo, woo.
You know that song, right? Who let the dogs out?
Oh yeah, I hear that. Woo. I hear that song. Oh, is that the singer of the song?
I don't know.
I hear
Shake and
that.
bake. We got all right,
Don't let the
Dane. We got to
dogs.
try it. We got to try to shake and
Woo.
bake because it's been a long time since I've had shake and bake. Isla's never had it.
The chicken bake,
Shake and bake, chicken, chicken
chicken
bake.
bake, chicken and
Thank you
bake.
for the 19 people in here. Wow, excellent. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to crack the 1,000 subscriber mark. It doesn't cost anything. Even mom was saying, mom said, that's confusing. Usually when you subscribe to something, it's going to cost money. Maybe in the future, Google messed up with the chat GTP or whatever it is,
GPT.
GPT thing. They were asking the GTP thing,
GPT.
the AI messed up and was given like the wrong answers. I don't know, something happened and the stock went down. They lost like a whole bunch of money. They screwed up the whole presentation. How could you run a company that big and screw something up like that bad? You would think they would have their shit together. It's crazy how stuff goes wrong like that. Big Dave said, we had a hiker get mauled to death a few years ago in
Northern
northern
Jersey.
Jersey in my town. A bear? We saw a big bear. We were going by Bloomsbury,
Oh.
babe, off of the main highway, and this big black bear ran in front of the car. And it was by, Big Dave, you know how they have a lot of plywood mills in New Jersey or Pennsylvania that are right on the river that were shut down, I don't know, a long time ago. So they had this big plywood mill and they had security guards. The security guard had a fifth wheel like trailer, one of the big campers. I think they call it a fifth wheel, if I'm not mistaken. And so he's living in there, and the bear ran through the hole in the fence. And then this guy comes up, gets out of his vehicle. I'm like, dude, get back in your car. There's a giant, like 900 pound black bear. It just ran through that hole. And I pointed to the fence. We were like 30 feet away from this big gate that opened up, and he was trying to get there was an intercom, and he was calling a security guy. He didn't get back in his vehicle. I was just waiting for the bear to show up. And the thing is, when a bear is pregnant or the cubs are around, that's when you got to watch out. That's when it could get hectic real quick.
Gary, if you decide to go to the meetup in Dumaguete, let us know. As of now, I haven't planned on going.
Yeah, I would let you know way ahead of time, Gary, because I don't want to do anything last minute. I'm 99% sure I'm not going to be able to make it. You should go check it out, Gary. That would be something pretty cool to do. I don't know how far away is Gary from Dumaguete. He's pretty far away,
Davao,
right?
I think it's a couple of
You never know where Gary's at.
I hear that
Where
about, but I never been there.
where are you at, Gare? If you were going to go to that thing, where would you be traveling from to ground zero? Where would you be disembarking, or what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you for the 15 people in the chat. I appreciate it.
Dane,
Don't forget to subscribe. It's free.
Dane, I'm a country boy. I live in the deep woods in Maine. Woods in Maine. I knew all about all the animals and baby. I can make some awesome stories up.
Have people scared out of their minds, sleeping with one eye open.
Going, Gary, going back to USA 19, March 19, San Francisco to Reno via the fire train, and then to
Yeah, I
Minneapolis.
remember you talking about the train. That's going to be pretty cool. If you can make a video of that train, the sleeper car, and send it to me, Gary, I'd like to check it out. Just like a short clip, like a 3-minute video of what the sleeper car looks like during the day and at nighttime. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Big baby, a big black bear.
Man, so they got their ass handed to them. Bears are strong, ridiculous strong.
Gary, Gary, how many hours Frisco to Reno? Frisco, San Francisco. Dane, I have had pictures taken of me chasing a bear away from a school with a lot of kids outside playing.
That's
I
crazy.
was in a cast, I broke my heel and was told to stay off my foot.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Imagine getting attacked by a bear and you got a cast on your leg. They say don't run, don't make noise, and I think they say curl up in a ball and protect your face. And don't let out any screams when the bear is ripping you apart. I don't know. That would be hard to do for me.
Mhm. Dane, Gary, a gem, 6 hours train ride. Oh,
That's not too bad.
6 hours. Cool.
They got the bar car.
Gary, I'm in Davao. To get to Dumaguete, you have to go from here to Manila to Dumaguete.
Wow.
Oh,
That's a big deal then. You got to go all the way to
from
Manila.
here to Manila?
Duma to Manila. We're what, like 40 minutes away on an airplane?
Like, we're close. Like, 20
Marcus, if you're
minutes.
watching, I got your message. You're going to go see Blake, and he just had a newborn baby. Well, he didn't have it. That's what guys always say. I had a baby. No, you didn't. Your wife or your girlfriend had the baby. So if you're watching, Marcus, now I forgot what I was going to say. I miss you, man. That's one of the subs. He came over to visit, and we hung out for like 6 hours. It was super cool. Mark and Charlotte. What's up, Charlotte? What was Mark's last name? It's Ron McDon,
Wrong
the Don.
door.
He said you call me Doe, but he said I like Ron McDoe.
Son of horny. The most dangerous animal in England while camping is an angry cow.
Thank you for being here, son of Hermes.
Horny?
Hermes.
Horny,
Hermes.
hornies.
That's short for something. What's that abbreviation for? I forget. The most dangerous animal in England while camping is an angry cow.
Angry cow?
Yeah, I can imagine. Cows
Oh,
cows ain't no joke. They get big too. Their teeth. Imagine getting bit by a cow. Remember the mad cow disease that we're having a problem with? I saw videos of that stuff. I guess it attacks the central nervous system of the animal. It was crazy to watch those videos of cows with mad cow disease. It was scary to watch.
oh.
Thank you for the 12 people in here. We got a baker's dozen going on.
Gary, you got it. We're getting a sleeper car.
Excellent. Thank you, Gare. Appreciate it. I always wanted to see what it looked like. Like I was saying, my boss was going to catch the Starlight. It was a different route. It was the one that goes from Portland, Oregon to New Jersey. And I forget the name of it.
Portland,
It was a
Oregon.
different name, but he was describing a sleeper car up top. It was like plexiglass, and I would say about half of the car, halfway down the wall, was glass or the plexi stuff, and then all the way across the top, they had that thin center beam, so you could lay in bed and just look up at the stars as the train's moving down the tracks.
Wow, weird.
That's super cool.
Gary, from Cebu, you can take a ferry as well to Doma.
That would be cool. From Cebu, you can take a ferry as well to Duma. That sounds pretty cool. Who was that? Paul's Asian Adventure. When he got back together with Mia, Paul, if you ever watch this, congratulations on getting married. Some people were giving Paulie a hard time. I don't know. They act like they know Paulie and Mia, and they only see a small part of their life. But they were on a check out that video. It's either what's Mia's channel? Mia, I forget the name of Mia's channel. You guys know who it is. Where
They know that.
Paul's Asian Adventure, they were on a ferry and he booked a room and it was super nice. I couldn't believe it. And the price was cheap. And they went from like, I think it was like Manila to Cebu or something. It might have been the one you're talking about, Gary, from Cebu to Duma. That might have been the ferry they were on. It was nice though. I was surprised. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. Let me grab the water. They got some nice
You
ferries,
can
and
ride a ferry going to
the price,
Manila
the
from
price,
Dumaguete.
the price was reasonable. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Cut you off, yeah.
mhm.
And then from here also you can ride a ferry going to
Isla got upset with
Dumaguete.
me last night. Should I
I'm
tell him what
not
happened?
upset. My eyes is hurting.
Mm.
And then there's like white, like what do you call on that white like water inside? What is that? They chased the bear and ran, thinking, "Dude, this man is crazy." He stood up and I just kept running at him, and he said, "F things and run." I went home and got drunk. Hello.
Mm. Thank you for the 15 people that are in the
Thanks,
chat.
guys.
Don't
Thank
forget to
you.
subscribe, please. It helps. There's another vlogger out there called my memory's shot today. Boston Filipino, and it's Coda. Just type in CODA and then Boston Filipino and check out his channel. The last video was he had a warrant when he was back. He had to go back to work. He's a trumpet player in an orchestra. His channel's pretty good. I like his videos. He's hitting a bomber. Read that comment.
Jem Dean hitting them 72 paper bomber against Barry in cast.
Hitting that bomber.
Bomber.
Dane, you're never gonna live that 72 paper joint down. When you said that, I was like, here we go. The Cheech and Chong joint.
Big day. Those young hikers were stupid. They were messing with that bear, and it got pissed off and ended one of them to be young and stupid.
Oh, so there was a couple hikers who were
Oh.
stupid and messing with the bear. Wow. Imagine being a friend that's just sitting. Well, I don't think they stood around. A real OG would get a giant rock and try and smash the bear with it. You're not going to really do too much damage. That's how you know who your friends are. Like if something's ripping you apart and you don't, what do they say? You only have to run as fast as the slowest guy. That's terrible. I'll tell you what, if I saw, you never know how you're going to react until you're in the situation. I saw this thing. There's a video on YouTube where these people are on this. There's two big boats. They kind of look like yachts, and There's a bunch of people. There's like three small blow up rafts in between these two yachts. And I think these people were like in the Mediterranean Sea, probably like off the coast of Italy or something. And this girl started screaming, and the guy was videotaping. He was kind of up high. The sun was the angle of the sun. You could see the shadow. This shark was freaking huge. It was probably like a 26-footer, the size of like a Volkswagen bus. And he didn't even hesitate. The shark had his girlfriend. I think it was his girlfriend. It wasn't even his wife. He jumped right in, man. He didn't even hesitate. That's a real OG. And he swam over to the girl and was punching the shark in the nose. And the shark let go, got her in a what do you call it, in a raft, and somebody continued to film that was up higher on one of the boats, and you could just see her leg was gone, and the whole bottom of the raft just filled up with blood instantly. The blood was just squirting out of the stump. It severed her leg right below her hip. Crazy. The dude didn't even hesitate. That's a real guy right there. That girl was screaming. They were having a tug of war, and a shark won and pulled the girl's leg right off. But he got her into the raft. If it wasn't for him, she would have went right under, because she stopped screaming right when she went into the raft. She was done screaming, so she passed out from the pain. She would have sunk, and the shark would have circled around, came in for round two. That would have been it for that girl.
Son of Bernie.
Yeah, everybody likes teasing the bear until the bear turns around and makes an example out of one.
A lot of butchers' shops closed because of mad cow's disease.
Yeah, I remember that. They recalled a lot of meat too from the supermarket. Meats,
Then,
everything with
hello,
S.
Aljem. I have never been attacked by bears, and I have been around many of them. I was attacked by a pig, though. Pig, though.
That's funny you said that, Dane. I remember my dad, do you remember this?
Wild
We were
pig.
up at Sopko's house. No, it wasn't a wild pig. And there was that going up the road, there was the farm. They had a pig farm on the right hand side going up that hill past Ray Ray's house. And you and Sopko went up there with the 20 with the Ruger and shot that pig right between the eyes. And the pig just like was brushing his head on the ground. And you guys are like, wow, he's not going down. And all of a sudden, the pig just looked at both of you. And Ray Ray and me were standing behind you and Sopko, Dad. And the pig put his head down and just took off running at the fence. It was one of those three rail fences with like I think chain link on the inside, chain link fencing, and just he just blew right through the fence. The fence fell over, and everybody took off running in different directions. That pig weighed like 1,000 pounds, and it
Oh,
was hauling ass. I never ran so fast in my life. I was scared out of my mind, and I felt bad for Ray Ray because Ray Ray was kind of heavy and he couldn't run fast. I look back, I was so far away from Ray Ray, I was gone when I saw that pig put his head down there and ram the fence. He took the whole fence out. He was dragging a chain link and everything. Yeah, pigs are no joke. Pig will kill you, especially the wild pigs, the ones with the big tusk.
son of Bernie. I've heard a lot of funny looks from ship. How to pronounce it? Ship.
Hmm.
While camping.
Crazy comment. I'll tell you about sheep later.
Then, love my ass of son. Did you put the ship in a rubber boots
Oh God!
backwards?
Remember I was telling you about the sheep and had
Sheep.
Mike was saying put the sheep's feet in your rubber boots and get to the edge of a cliff. I was telling Isla about sheep the other night. I don't know why.
Gary, G and Maya took a ferry from Toma to Cebu, but they did cheap bunk beds in a dormitory style. It looked like it would be fun.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about, it wasn't Geo. It was the other. It was the Mia.
Yeah, Life.
Paul's Asian Adventure, his girlfriend.
Filipino Life with Maya?
Yeah, go ahead and see if we can
Son
look
of
this up. I got to show you this video.
A day in Lionheart. Haha, yes. They not many people can say they rolled a 72 paper blunt.
No doubt.
Chuck Jordan Bounty Life in the Philippines. Good to see you and your lady. I'm here in Dumaguete with my lady right now. Wow.
Chuck.
What's up, Chuck? Chuck Jordan.
Wow. That's cool. You're here. No
Son of
doubt.
Ernia Dane. The wave that is you keep having to run round the front to kiss them. Jem, you've got the record, Dane. In my younger years, I hung with many goons, but you beat them out. Oh, Dane, love my ass up, son. Son of Fernie. Dane, Jem, you should have been the lighting. It was a job, and keeping it lit was a trick. Trick in John.
That's the one right there. That's what I'm talking about right there, Gary. That Mia.
Mia.
Let me see if I can find a video.
Filipino Life with Mia.
Let's see. It's our day. Go ahead and answer the questions, man.
John, what how to read this book? Or how to read book, John? Hi guys.
Looking for the best deals on hotels and homes? Download the Agoda app
Is your
today.
father here? Boo. Boo.
He's in Westfield. He's still in Westfield, Jono. What's up, John?
But he is watching the.
Yeah, he's watching. He's watching.
John.
And I think the video is this one. That one right there. Let me see if I get it. That's the video. So it's Filipino Life with Mia, and Mia is spelled M-I-A. And it says a day in a life, picking up my fiance at the airport, Philippines. They got on I think that's the video. They got on a cruise ship. They got on an overnight ferry. And the room they were in, it was in the front of the boat. It had a great view and a big balcony and everything. It was crazy cool. What's new, Jono? I've been looking at the faces. The head challenge, the 100-day head challenge. Isla was like, and the last girl I looked, I said, "Do you think she's Filipino or black?" We're trying to figure that out. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember the last one? We were talking about it. Yeah, I can't draw, John.
Oh yeah, the picture.
Yeah, the pictures.
Yes, we're.
My best friend John is in here. John Shikowski. He's an artist and he's good, super good.
Jim, try some orange sunshine and trying to figure out how to get out the front door because it's elevated 30 feet.
Wow, that's acid.
Oh.
I've only done acid like 2 or 3 times in my life.
Gary, did you see the video where the Russian walked up and punched a camel and then the camel mutated the Russian to death? So don't piss off a camel. Oh.
Wow. Kicked the shit out of the Russian, huh?
Son of a. Oh yeah. Then shoot the pig behind the ear. That is the soft spot.
That's the trick behind the ear.
I have dropped a lot of pigs in my time. Not sure how it would taste if it was a slow kill. When I kill a pig, it is fast within seconds.
Yeah, if you kill an animal or a fish and it's struggling, when it releases adrenaline and it's fighting, it makes the meat taste different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if there's a way. I remember going fishing for a big game fish, and they would put a notch right behind the fish's head, and they would run this plastic tube down a spinal cord.
Yeah.
And the fish would just automatically stop flopping around instead of beating the thing in the head with like a tire jack and you're damaging the meat and everything.
every time
John
they
Schick knows what I'm talking about.
yeah, every time they kill a pig here, like they kill that from here, like of the pig.
They slit its jugular
Yeah,
vein.
using the knife.
So for Nixie's birthday, I bought her pigs. How many pigs did I send some
Shoot,
money? How many pigs total?
I don't know. Boom.
It was like six, right? And one of them you named Bobby
Oh
D.
yeah, a six.
So I bought
Is that six or
Nixie.
five?
What?
Six, I
How
think.
old was she when I bought her the pigs?
Oh, 17,
Nixie was like 16. I think she was 16.
16.
So I watched Nix grow up because Isla and myself had the long distance relationship going on for like almost 4 years. So Nixie's 18 now. I met Isla, Nixie was only 14, like a little kid. And I remember I sent money and I said, listen, Isla, just get Nixie a cool present for her birthday. I think it was her sweet 16. All of a
Oh yeah,
sudden,
I
they're
think
sending
16.
me all these pictures of pigs,
Mhm.
these little piglets. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you sending me all these pictures? What's this got to do with Nixie's birthday? She said, no. Nixie's pretty thrifty. She had a lubid thing going on, bagging lubid up. They were making it, bagging it up, labeling it, and selling it to the sorry stores, 7-Elevens, different
Lubid,
bodegas.
lubid.
And then the pig thing, um, they were raising pigs. So
Yeah.
what? And I remember Isla sent me a video when they took the pigs to the slaughterhouse. One of the pigs said, "Oh hell no,"
Mhm.
and got away and took off running. And the guy grabbed it by its back leg, and it was going nuts. Thank you for the 16 people in the chat. What's going on? Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, remember the pig, the one that got
Yeah.
away,
Mhm.
and it was screaming, and the
I don't.
camera was all over the place. I was like, "What?" But when I was back in New Jersey, I got a video at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, wow, let me check this out. And I remember just hearing, I was half asleep. I hit play, and I just remember hearing pigs squealing at him. And this, whose truck was that? Who's
That's the
one of the neighbors?
no.
The Barung guy?
The guy who sell that. I know who bought that.
Or the guy that bought the pigs?
Yeah.
He had the truck. He came and got the pigs. I remember Tim K had a pig in a trike, and that was crazy. That was the craziest shit you ever seen. The trike was ready to fall apart.
Frank Torelli. Hey, Bobby, you're the man. Keep doing what to do.
Hey, Franco, how's it going? Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. How's it going, man? What's new?
Son of tornado, they mostly cutthroat pigs in the Philippines. Yeah. And then the blood, they will get a bowl or what they call it, and then pour the blood.
What do you guys do with the blood?
Yeah, because they cook the blood like they call that dugu dugu.
What do they call it?
Dugu dugu.
Dugoop, dugoop.
No, the Visaya of blood is dugu, so that's why they call that dugu dugu or dinuguan, I think.
And what? So they make
Dinuguan.
pudding out of it? Blood pudding?
All I blood and then like the yeah, it's all blood bowl.
Do you like it?
They're going to put the blood inside the plastic bag and
Mhm.
then boil that so that the blood will like form and then it's easy for you to cut like that.
Wow. So they they kind of like a double boiler. You got it inside the bag, and you set the bag inside the water.
Oh yeah,
Wow. And then the blood hardens up.
yep. It's hard and
Oh. Yeah, Isla's life. I got to sit down with my wife and do an interview how Isla grew up. I didn't realize there was rebels, and I used to
rebels.
see it in the news over here in the Philippines about Negros Oriental and Santa Catalina and the area where Isla grew up. I would see these stories about the rebels coming out of the woods or there was some kind of altercation. So I never asked my wife, like, have you ever had any encounters with the rebels? All of a sudden, one night she told me this story that just blew my mind. And I'm like, how come you never told me that? It was just, wait till you guys hear the story. It was super cool. They had to go on a run because the rebels and the Philippine military were having a like a mini war, like guerrilla warfare. Jono, I looked up that neighborhood. It rang a bell when you told me where you were at in the Philippines. That was 57 days of hell. That was crazy what happened in that area. I could just imagine what Jono was doing over there. Were you helping like I was telling the wife, I said John was probably helping those people out, or Jono was working for somebody in the government for the United States and was over there doing something. All right, enough said. I'll talk to you about it when I see you.
John, hi to your father.
I'll tell him you said hi, John. He's watching, so he'll see it. My dad remembers you, John, because all the fishing we did together, he knows exactly who you are. It's, plus, living on Grandma Street, Old
Gary, got
Stevens
it.
Avenue.
Got it, thanks. John, thanks for looking. Son of Ernie, I'm pretty good at painting the town red.
John's like an unbelievable. Didn't you? You were an art teacher, right, John? There he is. What's up, BJ?
What's up, BJ?
What's happening? Raise the glass.
Son of Ernie, I love black pudding. Fried or grilled? It's not fried. I think it's not fried, or maybe it's a fried. I don't know how they cook that, but just like this one, bro. I didn't try cooking dinuguan, so that's why. Oh, but it's not grilled.
It's not grilled.
I know sometimes, like they.
See how the Filipinos are all over the place. See the stress
Because
I'm under?
I'm not
Is it grilled or
cooking.
is it not grilled? You can't get a
Maybe
straight
it can
answer.
be fried or
Yeah,
grilled.
of course you can
Yeah.
cook it either way.
Mhm.
It all
It's
depends.
up to you what you.
My goodness.
Dang, Bobby, my mom used to let one of our pigs in the house anytime she wanted. The pig was well over 450 pounds and it would
Man,
walk in anytime and sleep on our 9 foot couch.
wow. That's a big ass pig. 450.
Gary, we're going to General Santos tomorrow for a couple of days. Evidently, there's some festival going on there. General Santos is the tuna capital of the Philippines. Oh, we're hooking up with.
I saw a video. Finn Snow did a video about General Santos, and the boats were coming in, and there was a bunch of tuna. These guys caught a bunch of tuna. It was tuna boats coming in. That's my favorite fish, to get a big slab of tuna, not only for like the ahi and the sushi and all that stuff, but just tuna steaks. There's nothing better than a big ass tuna steak. You sear it on both sides and
Fiestas.
just pink in the middle. It's like the best food, the brain food. You feel good after you eat food like that.
Oh,
That's going to be
monster.
pretty interesting. You're going to a festival down there?
Tuna capital of the
That sounds pretty
Philippines.
cool.
I didn't know
General
that.
Santos.
I'd
I
leave very
always
cool.
think about General So's chicken. You ever had General So's?
General
It's
sauce?
like hot and sour,
No.
and it's like red. Yeah, we ate it. We ate it at the hospital one time when I ordered Chinese food. It's like the hot and sour chunks of chicken. Like I'm having trouble thinking today. I'm losing my mind, fellas. I the signal. All right, we're back.
What happened to the connection?
It went out for a second.
Connection
Connection.
is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging into your router or moving closer to it.
Mm. Is there anything blocking the antennas in the other room?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The picture looks clear.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, it's
Gary, that sounds like an exciting adventure going to General Santos and the docks and the fish. That would be good time to buy a big slab of tuna,
tuna. Yeah.
bring it back to Davao, and then cut it up in tuna steaks and put it in Ziploc bags or vacuum pack it and put it in the freezer. You could buy enough tuna to last you a year, for a whole year. You always got to watch out for parasites. I always have a fear of what's that show? Enemy? No, not Parasites Inside of Me or something, where they show these people that ate like raw pork or they ate raw fish like sushi, and they get like a giant worm inside of them. We got a story. Oh my God, we got a story.
Let's watch that, bro.
We got a story. What's that? What is that show with the parasites? It's all about parasites. We could have been on that show the other day. Isla
What is
came
the
out of the
show?
bathroom, and I'll show it to you later. I'll find it on the internet. Mom watches it. This
Okay.
guy was looking in the mirror and saw a worm go across his eyeball, and he woke his girlfriend or wife up, and he's like, "I got worms inside of me," and the girl's like, "Go back to sleep. You're crazy." And what it was is it was up behind his eyeball, and he saw it go right across his eye. And then she went back to sleep, and he flipped his eyelid up, his upper eyelid. He like rolled it back, and there was the worm, and it went behind his eye. Imagine seeing something like that.
Oh my
So the
god.
other night, Isla comes out of the bathroom. She was in the shower, and she's all disheveled, like irritated. I'm like, babe, what's wrong? And she said something about worms in the shower. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Because this is the Philippines. They got some parasites for your ass over here. Anytime you're in a subtropical environment, like Overstay Road, every year he gives his Fatima and his two kids and himself, they they get the stuff to rid humans of worms like pinworms, tapeworms, roundworms, hookworms, whatever kind of worms. It's toxic. So you drink this stuff and it's like dewormer for humans. So Isla came out of the shower and she's like just a mess. And she looks like she's ready to cry. I'm like, what's wrong? And she said, I washed it down the drain. And I said, if you see worms in the shower, you gotta show it to me. I was like, was it a like a red worm, like the worms you fish with? Was it a night crawler? Was it a maggot? Like what was it? So she washed it down the drain, and then finally, what I think it is, when I Googled it, got Google Lens. So the thing was like about this. Let me see if I get this right. About that long. So we're talking about a quarter of an inch long, and I'm trying to think of the diameter. Think of the diameter of 10 pound. All right, we'll do it like this: 100 pound fishing line, the diameter of 100 pound fishing line. So you got the visual of how thick this worm is, the diameter, the OD outside diameter. And it was like a quarter of an inch long. And it had a point on the tail and it had like a mouth. I thought it was dead, but I zoomed in. This phone right here has got a 138 megapixel camera on it. You gotta like when you zoom in, you can't move your hand at all, otherwise the picture comes out blurry. I heard they're on like the number 23 now. This is a S20 Ultra. So I zoomed in with the camera and it focused. I had it on a wipe. I had Isla put the rubber gloves on. I'm like, babe, calm down. It's like she was going to hyperventilate. It was like this big ordeal. So we got the worm on a wipe, and I'm zooming in with the camera, and she's like, don't drop it on the bed. Oh my God, I won't sleep for a month if you drop that worm on the bed. And then this is where I messed up. I said, you see the point on the tail when I took the picture and I zoomed in on it? I said, I said it's a parasite, and you're probably full of worms, and they're coming out of you, and that's had her in the shower. And I should have never said that because it just all of a sudden Isla was itching. She's checking the bed. She's putting alcohol on her feet. All kinds of shit started going wrong. And I was thinking, me and my big mouth, I should have just never said anything. It was horrible. Isla was itching like crazy. Now just me thinking about it, I'm starting to itch again. Everybody was itching. So make a long story short, we got these black flies. They'll show up for like a month or two and then you won't see them. And what they're doing is the larvae, it's like a worm. It's a worm before it turns into a fly. And somehow they're underneath the tiles in the bathroom. There's a hole. And I was like, there's a piece of sheet glass in the shower that separates the toilet from the shower. Instead of having a shower curtain, a lot of the showers in the Philippines are just open. I hate that. You got to have some kind of barrier between the toilet. I can't stand with the water all over the place like that. I just think it's unsanitary to have a toilet like 2 inches away from where you're showering. So anyway, there's a hole where the glass comes down. They didn't put grout in between the tile and the floor in the bathroom, and the silicone where they sealed it. You said the glue, right? Isla had this like 3-in-1
Rugby.
Elmer's glue, and she's like, "I'm gonna seal the worms underneath the floor," and I'm like, "Babe, that's not gonna work. You're wasting your time." So I had her
No, I need
like,
to cover the hole with that glue
it was crazy.
so that mm, the
So anyway, I think it's drain flies, and that's the larvae, and they're not parasites. Isla doesn't have worms, and then I was
it's
saying,
black.
that one of the angels came over here and was full of worms, and that's how the worms got in the shower. I was making up stories. John, did you notice what I named this video? Did you name the video "Let's Talk Story"?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about Hawaii and "Let's Talk Story." All right, next question. We're falling behind. The bot fly.
The butt
I just
fly.
saw somebody said bot fly. All right, next question.
Gary, the Eton Squad YouTubers. That's the YouTubers that he's going to meet up.
Wow.
Forrest and Adi.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Dane, it was a big ass pig, but she tasted so good.
Yeah, pork is good.
Yeah, so
Pork is good.
Forrest is former military navy.
Cool. Yeah,
Son of Hermie. Mary Percheron.
his name.
His name?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Son of Hermie. Permer.
Premier Percher.
Look at Isla's face.
BJ
That's
Monster
it.
inside. Yeah, I tried to
That's
check that in
yo,
Google. Oh my
BJ.
god, boo, it's so scary.
That's
boo.
it. That's it.
I can't see
I don't
them.
even want Isla to watch that show because she won't sleep for a month.
I tried here.
Monsters inside of me. They got some
my
horrific stuff
God.
going on.
Let's check that boo.
Oh, yeah. All right, you say that now.
Dang, I would be checking all the fish there for the radiation contamination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I think yes, cheap seaweed.
Seaweed's good for you.
Yeah. Bobby, look it up and show your wife that there are live bugs.
Yeah, if they
That
took an
live on the
electron
eyelash. No kidding, look it up. Huh?
in the electron microscope, they
Oh, yeah.
zoom in on your skin and they have these things. Like science, thank you for the 13 people, my favorite number in here. Thank you for being here and hanging out with the world famous IAD Isla Drain and the not so famous, the infamous one, Bobby Digital, Bobby D.
Bobby Digital.
Now I forgot what I was talking about.
Bobby Digital.
We were talking about the bugs. If you Go on the internet. You could see pictures of the bugs that live in your eyelashes, what Dane's talking about, and in your hair and on your body. And these bugs, if you blew them up to the size of a
I don't
person,
want to
it
use
would be
that.
your worst. It would be your worst fear.
Yeah, that's why I don't want that. Oh
It's
my
on a
god.
whole nother level. Imagine we're the thing about that, Dane, and everybody listening to 14 people in here. If you take human beings and the earth, if you take human beings and the earth, if you look at the scale of things, Schick knows exactly where I'm going with this. The scale that we're on as human beings and being on this beautiful planet, the earth, the big blue marble, we're like invisible. We're just like if you take that electron microscope and zoom in on somebody's eyelashes and you see these crazy looking creatures. It's the same thing with us. We're pretty much invisible, like amoebas. We are like amoebas.
Then I have an ex-brother-in-law that when he was a child, they had to stir him and put a glass of milk by his butt so the tapeworm would slowly slither out to the
We
mouth.
always hear stories like that. In
It
World
was
War,
a huge worm. Oh.
Robert Lee Tucker, my buddy growing up, so his grandfather said that they starved him. They put him in the medical unit. He was like in World War II. I remember he said a German guy was up in a tree and started talking shit to him. So we're like, "What did you do?" He said, "I fucking shot him." I was like, "Damn." And he always had a Pabst Blue Ribbon in his hand. He looked like he was pregnant. Rest in peace, my man. He had some stories. So one of his he was used to tell us about the guy that's parachute got caught in a tree, and he was shooting him through the bottoms of his feet. The guy was still talking shit. So he said he just put one in his head, put him out of his misery. He was telling us the story. He had worms. They starved him, and they hung sugar cubes and they had it like sugar cubes wrapped up in rubber bands or in a piece of cheesecloth or something like that, hanging by a piece of fishing line over his mouth. And they told him that he had to sleep. Like, I don't even want to put my open your mouth, just go like this.
Mm.
So they got the thing dangling there, and then a worm. He said he started gagging, and a worm. I don't know. They said he was pulling a worm out, and they had like three people pulling on it, and the worm was like, I don't know, some ridiculous. It was like 9 feet long. We're like, yeah, right.
No,
Pops in his
long
stories. I'm not talking about you, Dad. I'm talking about
butterfly.
Robert Tucker's grandfather. He lived over there by the high school. Botfly. I think that's it.
Butterfly, the black.
I think that's it. There's all kinds of flies.
Yeah, by sea, by land. By sea, by land.
What was I going to say? There is a fly, and it lives in Florida in the United States. Benny, you ever heard of I think it's a bot fly? What's that fly that lands on a cow's nostril? It lands
Wow.
there, and then it lays its eggs. The worms develop, the maggots, goes up the nasal passage, drops down into the stomach, and these things start reproducing in the cow's stomach. The cow dies, falls over in the field, and they just continue to eat the cow from the inside out until the cow ruptures from the sunlight and the gases inside the cow, and it breaks open, and all these freaking maggots come out. It's a certain type of fly. And somebody was saying, you better watch out you don't get, I think they called it a bot fly. It's in Florida, though. Me and Buddy Simpson were out driving around. He said, Jawbone, come on, we got to go out there and check out this cow. And he took a knife and he slit this cow open that was laying in the field. It freaking stunk. And all these weird looking maggots, it wasn't like regular maggots came out. And he was telling me what that was. He said it started in a cow's nostril and then it went down in its stomach and started reproducing in the stomach. I don't know. It was like the life cycle of this fly. It was craziest stuff I ever
Gary, I've heard a monster inside of me. Never watch it and never will. I
heard. Yo.
don't need that floating around in my
Yep.
head.
Exactly, bro. And Isla wants to watch it.
Oh my god.
Yo, she was like
It's
just
like
traumatized.
what
That
is that?
worm, that little ass worm had Isla like all messed up.
What is that movie that we watched the other night?
Z- Uh,
Vester? What is that?
um, we watched this science fiction movie,
Yeah,
Vesper,
Vesper.
Vesper,
And
and
then
CNET. CNET does like, I think they do like electronic reviews. It's like a media channel, CNET. And they said if you haven't watched this movie Vesper, it's some people you'll either love it or you'll hate it. It was all right. So I bought the movie. I don't know what I was thinking. It cost me like $15 and
dollars.
change. And the movie wasn't really that good, but we got the movie for life. It's one of the movies in the
Yes.
collection now.
And then while we're watching on that, and then like there's something crawling on my head.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah.
then you
So
thought,
so the worm thing
oh.
happened. And in this movie, Vesper, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on, like these worms coming out of the swamp and all these like science fiction type things are going on that don't even make sense. Like you gotta be with the 72 paper joint type deal for it to make any kind of sense. So Isla's like itching and shit. And she's like, it's in my head. It's in my head. I'm like, yo, I said, come on now. And I put my hand on her head and I felt something. I turn on a light. She had a freaking cockroach in her head. And then it fell. It fell down like back. There's no headboard on this bed. So I'm thinking, oh, great. Now we're laying on a cockroach. We got a new video coming out. You got to check it out. It's the apartment buildings. What's the number? 8 Manchester.
Newtown.
8.
8
Well,
Newtown
what's the name?
Boulevard.
It's called 8 Manchester, though,
No,
isn't it?
it's not. 8 Newtown Boulevard.
8 Newtown Boulevard. It's the condos right and apartments right. And I guess it's condos, right?
Yeah, condos.
Condos right next door to where we live here. We're thinking about moving there because it's like $200 a month cheaper. And then a lady was saying, well, it's only going to be this price for so long. China, there's no Chinese people in Cebu right now. And China, I guess, I'm not really sure what's going on in China. I guess they just opened up to let people travel. So, and Darrell, what's up if you're watching? That's my buddy, the guy that drives the van. If you guys ever need, Benny will tell you. That's who picked up Benny, one of our subscribers. He's a cool guy. We met up. Darrell picked him up at the airport. So, make a long story short, Darrell was saying this place was loaded with Chinese people over here where we're living in the condo. And you don't see any Chinese people right now. But
Yeah.
he said before the pandemic happened, there was Chinese people everywhere. So the lady that was showing the apartment said, look, you got to sign a lease. And if you're lucky, so what I think it is, there's low occupancy. So once the Chinese people come back, that's going to make all the rents around here go up. Anyway, let me stop talking.
Son of her Royal Marine Commandos.
Gary Johnson, don't watch that Monsters Inside of Me. You'll be itching and shit and having weird dreams. There's a lot of different
Boom.
episodes and a lot of different types of parasites. Some of them I never even heard of.
Well, I am thinking, what if like it's raining worms?
It's raining worms, see? Having crazy dreams.
Magic fly.
Royal
Guys, don't
Marine
forget to like,
Commandos.
subscribe, hit the notification. Hit
Thank
the
you, Melvin.
notification bell. Thank you,
Appreciate
Mel.
it, brother. Melvin can dance.
Yeah. Then, Bobby, the way you open your mouth, can you open your mouth without showing your teeth?
All right. Nah, I ain't doing that. That's all right, bro. I'll pass on that one.
Bobby, if you can, you are hired. Love my ass up. You're a dream come true.
My goodness. A gummy.
Vijay, damn. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, they got this thing down there in Florida. You got to look it up on the internet. It eats the cow from the inside out, and it's a parasite. And the cow will drop dead. Farmers can't stand it. It's not a common thing, but when a farmer sees the cow laying there and it's gigantic, it's got worms inside of it. These flies or maggots, whatever it is. It's crazy. I never heard of nothing like that until Buddy Simpson showed it to me.
Vijay, I love you should have seen the one show where they pulled a 12-inch worm out of a woman's nose.
Mm,
The monster?
yeah. Yep.
Later.
Yo, you really want to watch that? You
I
want to
don't
watch that?
know.
I hope you're ready. Thank you for the 9 people in the
Did you
chat.
watch all that movie?
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
Oh,
It was disgusting.
really? Maybe no.
Son of Hermes.
Dreamers.
Read the comment.
Oh, it's a good film about giant worms.
Yeah, Tremors. Where if you make vibrations, these giant worms come out from underground.
Is that a horror?
And it's got
horror? No. Oh yeah.
It's science fiction horror. It's got that face on it with all these teeth.
Yeah.
And it's what was that movie? Dune. We watched the movie Dune. Remember the worms where they were mining the spice and the worms, the sandworms came up from underground. Remember that? The sandworms? They would hear the vibration of the equipment mining the spice.
Oh yeah, I think.
Remember that? And the giant worms out in the desert. That's Son of Hermie is talking about.
Okay.
Tremors. It's a movie like that. It's a good movie.
Oh.
I think they got more than one episode too.
But that is better. Like it's better to watch that compared to that monster or what or the same. Hmm?
If you want to be itching and having nightmares, you watch that one, The Monsters
The
Inside of
monster.
Me. That's why Garrett Johnson is not even watching it because he knows what's going to happen. Thank you for the 10 people that are here. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. It helps out a lot. Read the comment, babes. Go back.
Oh. Vijay Daryl is a good man and a very professional driver. I highly recommended him.
Yeah, Daryl's on the level. He doesn't rip you off. He's fair,
Professional.
on time, professional. The van's clean. He knows his way around the Philippines. You could hire Daryl and go to any island. He'll stay with you at the motel. You just load the van onto the ferry and go to
Yeah.
the next island. Go do. I can't even talk. Island hopping is what I
Island
was trying to
hopping.
say.
Yes, horror film. Okay, then love my ass off. I said, Bobby, if you can open your mouth without showing your
You
teeth.
just like reading that comment over again, didn't you?
No, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's live to show. He did. Then I said, you are hired. Love
Mm-hmm.
my ass off. The Spice is Life. That's the title?
That's it.
The Spice,
Spice is life.
I can't remember, boo. I'll check.
What time is it?
10.
10 o'clock. We're going to go to 10:30. We got 15, 16, 17 more minutes. So if anybody got any, I can't believe Ramey stood us up. That's terrible, sister. If you're out there watching, Ramey, what happened? You could have called. Ramey called last night, like at 4 in the morning. Let me call her again. Look, what does that say?
She fell asleep.
Oh boy, Ramey fell asleep. Oh Lordy. All right, I have to make sure that I fall asleep on a special occasion. Who's this special person? John Carlson. I have a plan, John Carlson. John Carlson hooked up the Angels with the gift. So what we're gonna do is the Angels, Isla, Ramey, maybe Nix, gonna go out and buy red outfits. We're gonna buy a grill and then buy good steaks and prawns and have a feast. One of the subs said, "Why don't you have a feast at the house, Bobby, so you could get to enjoy some of the food too?" So, John Carlson, thank you for hooking us up.
Yeah,
That
thank you.
I was thinking about that. I'm still thinking about it. That was crazy cool of you to do that. I appreciate it. And then I remember reading one of your comments that you said that it was like a full time job. You don't know how you work 20 plus years being in a wheelchair because that's like, you're always worried. You got skin breakdown, you got all these ailments going on. It is, it's difficult. That's just when I read your comment, I could feel where you were coming from. Thank you for hooking us up. So the ladies are going to be looking spectacular. The food, I saw steaks. What's the name of that?
Island Central.
Highland Central,
Island.
Island Central is the name of the supermarket.
No, the mall, but the supermarket it's Robinson.
Okay, it's a Robinsons and Island Central Mall. The meat selection was unbelievable. I saw a steak that was like 2.5 inches thick, and I was telling Isla, you got to go back with Ramey. So we got to buy a grill. I hope they have it in stock. It's a Weber, the Smoky Joe model. If they don't have the Smoky Joe model, there's a one that's like similar. So we got to buy a grill, and then we're gonna buy a bunch of good steaks, and then prawns. So surf and turf, and then they're gonna have rice and vegetables. The side dishes, and then a bunch of chocolates, and then we're just gonna make a video about the whole. Because I can't get out of bed because I got this bed sore going on. Just even sitting up like this isn't good for it, but I'll be all right. Y'all pray for me out there. Keep your fingers crossed. It'll be all right. I got my nurse here changing a bandage every 2 days and cleaning everything. Go ahead and read the comments, babes.
Son of Bernie. I'm going to stop to Mustard Davao del Norte to meet my lady in May.
Excellent. I'm going to stop to master Devon and
Stop.
May.
Davao
So
del Norte.
we got let's see,
February,
March, April, May. You got like 4 months. That's coming up.
March,
At a blink of an eye, you'll be here. Excellent.
San Bernardino, Santo Tomas. Then, Bobby, will you be wearing a thong bikini when those
When the cook happens,
huge cookout happens?
you never know, bro. Want to make a huge donation? You never know. I might just be butt naked. Money talks. Make a huge donation. Bobby D would be butt naked. Get banned from YouTube. You wouldn't believe what a channel got shut down. Dane started the whole thing.
Dane's fault.
Dane's fault, yeah. We'll blame you, Dane. I was a stripper when I got out of the military. I worked for Pilogram in Hawaii. I had to do something to come up with it. The rent's expensive in Honolulu, Hawaii.
BJ, oh yes, I forgot to tell you, the spies exist on only one planet in the entire universe, a desolate, dry planet with vast deserts. The planet is Arrakis, also known as Dune.
That's it.
Dune.
That's a remake. That movie Dune, that movie came out in the 1980s. And Pops, remember we went to see that movie Dune? And my father used to take me out to some of the coolest movies on Sundays. If we didn't go to John Sopko and Ray Sopko's house, we would go to the movies up there at Blue Star Shopping Center or the Westfield Rialto. Jono, remember the Rialto in Westfield? They had that one spot, I guess it was up top. That was like an old school movie theater. And I remember they were gonna like knocked that place down and people in Westfield were fighting that. Westfield's a cool town. I don't blame you for moving up there where you moved to, John. That's a nice place up there. You could hear the traffic off in a distance. It's nice. That area up there is nice. I remember you fishing up there in a Pulaski. I never went, but I remember John and his dad.
Son of Bernie is so excited.
Oh yeah, bro. No doubt. That's
Is
got to
it
be the best feeling ever.
Julian Diaz's? Blessings your way and good health. Thanks for taking us along.
You're welcome, Julian. Thank you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Son of Bernie, wear a mankini.
There you go. How about like a singlet, like a diaper? You know how you tie. What were you wearing the other day? You had the blanket tied around you like a dress. It was
Yeah,
like Philippine style,
yeah. Philippine
almost
to
like a
the
padeo, like
max.
a Tongan or a Samoan type wraparound. That's what I could do for you,
Like,
Dane.
what is that, bandana?
I'll tie a
Oh no, it's not a
singlet,
bandana.
an old school singlet. I have Isla hook me up.
Filipina to the max. What a, one bid, $5, lol.
Wow. Yo, it's gonna cost a whole lot more than $5 to get me butt naked on a video. Especially with my ass being how old am I now? 50. I don't even know how old I am. 56.
15.
The upper body looks good. It's the lower body that's shot. My goodness. All right, let me stop talking crazy. Dane's got me all screwed up here. All right, next question. Boo Gabs. Thank you for the 12 people that are in here. Don't forget to subscribe. We got to hit the 1,000. There's another vlogger. Hold on a minute. I got to give a shout out to, I think he's from Australia. What's the name of that channel that told the guy go slow?
Accessible TV. Globe TV.
Globe Accessible TV. If you guys are in a wheelchair or have just problems walking, mobility problems, find that site. Globe Accessible TV. This gentleman is super cool. Somebody made a comment that my mind's not working right today. Somebody made a comment that they joined Filipina Cupid and they said Filipino women move very fast. And this guy from Globe Accessible Television, he's got a channel on YouTube. He said, be careful because he's been talking to this girl, I think, for like 3 months. You got to be careful online. You just got to take your time. With Isla, it was 4 years of taking time, a long time. People thought I was crazy. You're gonna marry
Here.
a woman you never met? That's
Accessible Globe TV.
shout out, bro.
Thanks
I
for
like your
watching.
channel, and we subbed. I was watching a whole bunch of your videos. That's amazing what you're doing for people like us in wheelchairs. And I remember part of it was one video was you were tired of saying, I'm sorry. It's not our, it's not our fault. We had an accident. And the cool people realize, we just need a little bit of help sometimes, like getting on an airplane or if you get stuck in your wheelchair at the beach or whatever it is. Whatever it is. I would always help somebody out. I just never been an asshole.
Dane, I can offer more. I'm broke ass bitch. I see myself on the street corner
Mm.
for 50 cents.
With a 50% off coupon.
But then they demand the full refund after.
Oh my God. They want their money back. Cash on the barrel.
Son, Bobby would look good in a monkey.
There you go. Don't juice me up. Don't gaslight me. That's my new word lately. Gaslight.
Jan and I have only been together 11 months. Son.
That's 11 months. That's a good amount of time. 11 months. That's cool. How did you meet Jen? I'm curious. Next question, Boo Boo Gabs. Uh-oh, we're running out of questions. Somebody ask a question. So how'd you meet Jen? And What he said? What island did he say? Davao. Davao.
No, it's yeah, Davao del Norte
That's
online.
where what's his name? Oh, okay, online.
Davao.
Cool. That's how I met Boo Boo Gab's Dream. That's how I met Isla.
Boo Boo
That's
slubs.
how that's how I met Isla. Was I was depressed in the nursing home. I was ready to give up. I had went on a dating site. This lady said she would never date somebody in a wheelchair. Then I came up with the story that I was filthy rich and that I was going to go spend my $30 million by myself. And then she's like, "Wait, come back. We could work this out. We could talk." I said, "Do you really think that I'd have anything to do with you now that you're changing your tone or you want to hook up with me?" And you found out I got money. So anyway, I just gave up on women. I was like, forget it. I'm a mess. And I was thinking about God, meditating, trying to get my head right. I was in this nursing home and things weren't going good. I started thinking about God for like a whole week. I was just meditating, trying to clear my head. And one day, it was God was in control. I went on, what's his name?
Christopher.
Christopher Schoner's friends list, and I saw Isla, and it was like the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I got chills all over my body, and I heard the voice. I knew I was going to marry Isla. Boom, that was it. I sent her a message, hi, and Filipina Cupid, okay, and that was it. One thing led to another. We just started talking and talking and talking, sending pictures and videos back and forth. It was super cool. 4 years of that.
Dane, Filipino Cupid. Dane, I would say dating a year is more than enough to know if she or he is the one. Agree?
Me?
Yeah.
1 year? Yeah, if you're together,
Yeah.
yeah. I would say about a year. Yep, I would say about 12 months, maybe a little longer.
Son of Ernie True at Dane Lionheart. Gary, sorry I had to take a break from all the talk about bugs, infestations, monster
All right,
inside of me back
we
now.
won't talk about it. We're done with that topic. Yo, I had way too much of that topic. Isla was itching. It's like she had restless leg syndrome in the
Stop.
bed. She was kicking me, moving around. I was like, Filipinos are like heaters. They're so freaking, they put out so much heat. So Isla's like, the other night, you were 6 hours. Want to tell people what happened?
Yeah.
6 hours. Isla fell asleep on top of me for 6 hours. That was crazy. I've never been able to sleep in another woman's arms. You know how you hold your girl, and that's a sign too that I could let my guard down in the embrace with Dane in the single. I mean, never mind. For $1 million.
I won't dance naked on cam for at least 6 months, but then I have to use the zoom lens just to make things look a lot larger than they appear.
And then you put that in the, what do you call it? You put that in the disclaimer, right? You put that in the disclaimer. What it says on a rear view mirror: objects may appear. What's that thing say? Somebody, Dad, remember Sopko had the mirrors in his bedroom upstairs, and he had that engraved on the mirrors, or that's what it said on the thing. I miss Ray Ray, my buddy
The
growing up.
sun at Dane Lionheart. That's so
You guys are
funny.
crazy. Thank you for the 11 people that are in the chat. It's highly appreciated. Y'all have a great, great night today. I'm just watching the
Great
planes
night.
take off. What time is it?
10:29, 29.
We're gonna keep rolling. Now my phone went dead. 10:29. We'll go to 15 more minutes. We'll make it a round number. quarter to 11 Philippine time. And then Bobby D's got to get on his side for the next 4 hours. I think I'm gonna sleep on my right side tonight.
Hmm.
I mean left side. Left side. I gotta move to the other side of the bed. It's a pain in the ass, literally. Everybody got quiet in the chat. Thank you for the 11 people. Objects. Click on BJ's comment. BJ got it.
Objects in mirror may appear larger than they actually are.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's it for sure.
Mhm.
Especially nowadays. Atrophied. That's the word. Everything is atrophied. Marcus, how did it go when you went over to Blake's house and saw the kid for the first time? That must have been cool. Yeah, one of our subs, he's from Makati. He was asking, when are you coming to visit Bobby D and Isla? And soon as this bed sore on my ass heals up, we're going to Makati.
Makati.
What's up, Melvin? Yo, that cruise was amazing. And inside the main area where they had all the different flags, like Brazil, all the different flags, Puerto Rico's flag, and that one singer, that cruise looked like it was fun, bro. How many days was the cruise, Melvin? That was like 5 days he was gone for, right? Or longer. I think around 5 days. That cruise looked like it was fun. I never been on a cruise, believe it or not. So what's everybody's plans for the next week? Anybody have any big plans going on for the next week coming up?
Dane, I know I miss S. It has been 7 years I have not had S, and I thought I was doing fine, but Bobby is really starting to
Oh my
look good to
goodness.
me.
That's when you know. I don't bend for a friend, like they say.
Son.
7 years. You're like a virgin all over again. Seven years. I could go 7 years, I think.
Son of Rory, make sure you had binoculars the right way around.
Exactly.
BJ, Bobby, who drove you guys down to Dumaguete?
That was Noli Noel, a friend of ours, drove us there.
Yeah.
Noli, he's a driver. It wasn't Daryl. It was the
Sir
world
Daryl
famous.
is busy that time.
Yeah, he was busy. Otherwise, Daryl would have took us.
Yeah.
Noli took us.
Son of Ernie, I'm making book shows. Right now?
Go back to.
Sorry. Gary, what's a typical day like for you there?
Pretty boring. Now that I got the bed sore, there's not a lot going on. Once this bed sore happened, it just put the kibosh on everything. I'm stuck in the bed. I'll be stuck in the bed for the next 60 days minimum. So it's like I'm trapped. Before the bed sore, Pumpkin would come over, or Ramey would come over, or we would go out on an adventure with Nix, go try out a new restaurant, go some. It's a lot of like a homebody turned into a homebody. And I wanted to buy a tuk-tuk so we could start adventuring out from this area. And then Nix wound up moving in with Ramey, and I wound up spending the money on other things. I never got the tuk-tuk. That's still front and center, is buying a tuk-tuk. That would be cool to get a tuk-tuk and start driving.
Driving around?
Get Nixie her driver's license, because she'll be allowed to drive with Isla in the tuk-tuk because Isla has her driver's license. It's pretty boring, Gary, especially with this bed sore thing going on. And then we had BJ come visit, one of the subs, and then Mark showed up. His name is Ron McDon, and he's got the Ronald McDonald action figure is his little bubble. He came over. He lives in Makati. He came to visit, and he went on the safari, right?
Safari.
Yeah, he went to the safari and a couple. He did a couple like tourist type things around here, and then he came over to visit for like about 7 hours. We were hanging out, and he just left a message yesterday. When are you coming to visit? Soon as this bed store heals up, I think we're going to be going to. Where did Nixie want to go?
Palawan?
We're going to Palawan. I gotta go to Palawan. Gary, you been to Palawan before, and what did you think of it? Who's been to Palawan, and what did you think about it? And what's the most memorable part of Palawan? And any recommendations about Palawan? Anything you can think of off the top of your head? I'm curious.
Son of Ernie, I'm making book.
That's cool.
Magic Playa. It was
February
February 3
3rd, all the way to
all the way
7th.
to 7th.
So it was like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
That must have been fun.
Dane, Bobby, you guys need to watch all of the Soul movies.
Exactly. We were just talking about that. That's funny you said that because
So what is
Isla
all
has a
about?
fear of worms and needles. Found out she has fear of needles because we got syringes to fill up. I'm not shooting dope or anything. We got syringes to fill up the indwelling catheter and other things. So she had a pimple, and I was going to pop it with the needle, and she freaked out. So I was like, wow, you got a big fear of needles. Then I thought about that Saw movie. Thank you for the 12 people that are in the chat. Brooklyn Charlie, where are you at? Brooklyn Charlie's MIA. Where did he go?
Brooklyn Charlie. Maybe he's busy.
I
or
showed
is-
Isla a clip of when the guy said, "You have 30 seconds to find a key, otherwise you'll be locked in here for eternity." And the timer started counting down on
That's
that
the Soul book? The
yeah,
title?
Saw, yeah, on a Saw movie. And a guy picked that girl up and tossed her in that pit. He
Yeah.
ripped the tarp off of that hole in the floor, and it was just a big pit full of hypodermic used needles with like blood and all kinds of shit in the needles in the what do you call it? The what's that part of the needle called? The chamber or the tube, whatever it is. Anyway, filthy needles, and the key is in the bottom. She had needles stuck in her arms and her back. I was just like, oh my God, imagine it tossing. A guy was screaming at her to dig for the key. And then she finally finds the key, and the freaking timer ran out.
Yeah, the timer.
Dane, we're going to definitely watch that movie. I went on YouTube and found that clip from the movie, and I was like, what's that movie? I want to watch that. So I said, are you sure? Because you're going to be having nightmares about hypodermic needles. Because Boo Boo Gab's got a fear of needles, which I didn't know. Still learning stuff about the wife. I don't know everything.
I'll be signing another 1 year lease, and then I'm heading there. Rent is going up $100. I am over it.
BJ, how much rent? I'm curious. How much do you pay a month for rent? I was paying $1,000 a month. Didn't include electricity or the internet, so I had to pay my own electric and internet.
Water bill.
The water, I didn't pay water, thank God, because I would have had a huge water bill.
We're paying water bill.
No, when I was back in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the 13 people that are in the chat.
Somewhere
Don't
take
forget to
care.
subscribe.
And get well, Bobby.
Son of Hermie, son of Hermes. Thank you for being here, and God bless you. And I'll talk to you in a week. I'm excited for you. May's right around the corner.
Dane, Ms.Nix needs to post more. That is how she will make money.
Yeah, you got to send her a message, Dane. We tried to talk to her. She'll figure it out. when everybody stops paying her tab and it gets real and she's got to go get a job, then she'll be thinking of like, wow, maybe I should have pursued the YouTube thing. Because if you have a couple side hustles, it can equal a job. You know what I mean? And it doesn't get boring like going to the 9 to 5 or you're working at wherever you're working. That shit gets old. I'd rather make videos, go out, do new things. But that's the thing. You need money to do that. So right now would be the time. Like you guys know, she got enough subs. All she needed was the watch hours. And Isla can't do like 10 things at once. It's either one channel or the other. We're trying to keep the channel alive. Y'all send her a message. Put the fire. Say, listen, Nix, you got to start putting some videos out again. There's a, you see that bird?
Yeah.
That just, we're talking about Nix and a bird was,
Gary,
flew right up the window.
Gary, I have not been to Palawan. I hear it's a 5 hour ride from the airport to the resort area. I don't know if that's true. Maybe someone can comment.
So Gary's hasn't been there.
Yeah.
That place looks unbelievable.
BJ, I went to Palawan on Google Street View. I had a great time.
All right, so you're like the regular guy then, right? All right, regular guy. They attacked the regular guy. I felt bad. They called him a fruitcake. That was
Dang.
terrible.
I was dating a girl and a doctor gave me a shot. She fell out of her chair and he said, "Oh," the doctor looked at me and said, "What is her problem?" I said, "She's horny." My ass off. Big day rent in New Jersey have gone up quite a bit the last year or two.
Inflation, gas, everything, food, rent, you name it. Same thing over here in the Philippines. Everything went up. The peso, what was the peso? It was 59 at the all-time high.
I think 59.
That's pretty good. 59 pesos to $1.
Yeah. But no, I think it's 52. The conversion.
Son of Hermes, thank you guys. Go back. Thank you guys. Had a great time here. Bless everyone. Top people in the chat. Thank you from Yorkshire, England. Wow.
Yorkshire.
Yo, Yorkshire, England. That's a cool place. All right, Yorkshire, Staffordshire Terriers. That was my dogs. I had big ass pit bulls. I'll see you next week, son of Hermes.
See you next week, son of Bernie. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yeah. VJ, with everything except for electricity for a 1 bedroom, 600. What is
600 square foot.
Square foot apartment? It's $1,139 a month.
That's a lot of money. 600 square feet. That's small.
Oh, with everything. Oh,
Yeah.
except for electricity.
With everything except for electricity for a 1 bedroom, 600. That's
where in Cebu or Lapu-Lapu?
No, in Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
That's kind of expensive. And it went up $100, so he was paying like $1,039.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting gouged. Everybody's getting bent over the barrel.
Then I pay 160 for a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom in just light bill and 100 just for net.
You can't beat that. I would say something, but I'm not going to say it. You can't beat that. It's like you already know what the rest of the saying.
It's time for the number.
All right, 5 more minutes, fellas, and I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for everybody here. I appreciate it. The wife appreciates it.
Yeah, we appreciate
for sure.
You
I don't know
guys.
what happened to Raimi. She said she fell asleep. Ray, world famous Ray LeBarn will be here next week. You hear me, Ray? No excuses next week. You got fans out there that are missing you. Double M. Eminem is like, where's Ray LeBarn at? Anybody got any questions before we sign off? Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. Who said that?
Bobby G.
Hmm. So we're gonna go to sleep at a regular time today.
Mm.
Thank God. It's time to get off the up all night, sleep all day
Yeah, we're
routine.
up during night and then sleep during
Yeah, that's
day.
no good. That's why I got the bags, the raccoon eyes.
She fell asleep.
Yeah, right. What an excuse. What an excuse. I'm gonna throw Nix under the bus. What, Nix was asleep.
Yeah,
Nix was asleep
last
too. They
night.
were all asleep. Everybody was asleep all of a sudden. Wait till y'all need something and Bobby D's gonna be asleep. Call back in a week. He's asleep for a week. He's in hibernation mode. Just call back in a week.
Hibernation.
When y'all need
Magic.
something, I'm gonna be hibernating.
New York Magic Playa. You're welcome, Alan, Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you, Melvin. Thank you for being here. Number one fan. My man.
Family Gmail. What is next YouTube channel? I'll type here. Let's see.
It's so nice out too. That's what's killing me. This bed
Yeah.
sore. I would love to be outside right now. But I have to think. I woke up this morning, got a beautiful wife. I'm in the Philippines. Cost of living is low. It's surrounded by good people. Filipinos are the coolest people on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Right, Pops? Just need money to keep it going. That's the only thing. You got to get the visa done.
It's Ms.Nix blog.
It'll all work out in the end.
Yeah.
Isla back in New Jersey. That's going to be amazing. Leonard Skinner.
What is that?
Why all of a sudden BJ just came out of left field with Leonard Skinner? That's one of my favorite bands, Leonard Freebird. That song is kind of it's played out, but Leonard Skinner is one of my favorite bands for sure.
Big Dave. I have a friend in New York State renting a 600 square foot cottage. Rent went for 750, 1,600 in a year. New own jack up the rent quick as shit.
Hmm. Upstate New York. New York State, that's up in the woods.
Dane Bobby, you should do the next live stream with a wife wearing a nurse outfit and you
Yeah,
laying in
there you
bed.
go. That's an idea. That's a good idea. Have all three. We'll have Ms.Nix vlogs dressed up as a doctor, and Isla and Ramey could be nurses. And I'll be in one of those hospital gowns. We got the hospital gown, don't we?
Yeah.
That we got from the hospital. Avocado colors. The color is disgusting looking, and it was made out of polyester.
Did
Oh,
you
that's who said it.
don't ask me don't, don't ask me no questions and I won't tell you no lies.
It was Leonard Skinner. All right,
Okay.
that's why.
Don't ask
Now I
me
got it.
no questions.
I'll tell you no
Don't
lies.
ask me. Okay.
That's it, bro. You got it. Leonard Skinner. I love rock and roll. I really do.
Oh, family.
When I have a hard problems in life sometimes, that's what gets me through it. Music. When this pandemic hit and I couldn't get on the airplane and be with my wife, my future wife, when I was ready to lose my freaking marbles, I would just put the headphones on and get lost in the music. It took me back to my bodybuilding days when I was a kid, and music is amazing.
Found it, thanks.
Family Gmail.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the 11 people in the chat. Y'all making my day. Thank you. Oh, you see this bird? What
Oh,
it's doing?
that is so big.
That was a big ass pigeon.
Yeah,
The birds are coming up to the window for some reason.
Then Bobby, I will wear the long glove to do the proof. Love my asshole. Big Day. Music is a great escape.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
you're not kidding. Big Dave for
Yeah.
sure.
Dane, sorry, Bobby, I used the wrong loop. That was Ben Gay.
I tried that when I was a kid. Made a huge mistake. I thought it'd tingle. It was tingling, right? My balls were on fire. All right, let me stop talking about that.
Going.
Big Dave, music is the greatest escape. You are not kidding. Nothing like music. It's the universal language. All right, y'all. You guys ever see the guy on YouTube who said, "All right, y'all"? Remember you? I was watching a video and you're like, "What are you watching?" All right, y'all. That one guy that says that in all of his videos, he says the same thing, but he's got some crazy videos. Jim Richards, fudge packing again, huh, Dane? Packing fudge and it's not for grandma. My goodness. I'm glad everybody in here has a dirty mind, so I don't feel like a dirty old man. There's a guy named Bam Bam. He's got a YouTube channel, and I said, we're part of the dirty old man crew. Be proud of it. Big difference between dirty old men and perverts. I'm not a pervert. I am definitely a freak, dirty old man with the toy box, all kinds of stuff. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I saw Leonard Skinner back in 1995 or 96, Raleigh, North Carolina, when I was stationed at Fort Bragg. When you said Fort Bragg, I thought of Rambo. I was thinking of old Sylvester Stallone. That must have been something. Leonard Skinner back in the day. Bobby, no lie, when I was 17, I used heat on my crotch and I'll never forget it. Yeah, that stuff in the bottle, right? Didn't that have a screw cap with a metal thing with a wad of cotton on the end and you paint that stuff on your shoulders and your back? That stuff will set you on fire. Come to California and get a cheap one bedroom apartment. Oh my God, for $1,800 a month. That's a lot of money. $1,800 a month. You hear that, babes? California. I like California. California, I don't know. This some of the areas are falling apart with the homeless situation, and California is not like it used to be. You know who I'm missing is Barry Press. Where's Barry Press at? What's up, Barry? I'm thinking about you.
Barry is absent today.
Barry's absent. He might be listening.
Yeah.
What's up, Barry from Panorama City, California, in the house? And what's his name? Quick. What's his first name? Why can't I think?
Charlie?
No, send us the money.
John.
John Carlson. I'm gonna give you another shout out. Thank you, JC. Mr. Quick, thank you for doing that. That just
yeah.
made my whole
Mr.
week last week. BJ said the most rednecks I've ever seen in one place. Yeah, at the Leonard Skinner concert, no doubt.
Yeah, smells like root beer.
That's that heat. That shit'll burn you up. It will burn you alive. All right, y'all. It's Isla Drain and Bobby D signing out. We'll be back next week, and we're gonna come up. We're gonna come up with something good for Valentine's Day. Thanks to John Carlson. It's gonna be exciting, and Isla, Ray LeBarn, and maybe Nix in some cool outfits, some eye candy. All right, you'll have to watch the video to see what I'm talking about. Everybody, God bless. Hang in there, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, BJ. Yeah, right. We used to do that back in the day.
Thank you, 14 people in here.
Thank you for the 14 people. Be back next week. Same Time, same place. Everybody hang in there. Make the best of everything you can in your life.
Take care, all.
Thank you, Family Gmail. Will do.
Bye, guys.
Hang loose, like my
Dubing.
man says.
Your earring.
Gary
Earrings
Johnson.
rock.
There you go. Domain.